carrying on history and tradition and making new history and memories. And Pretty Papi would love to be a part of that history, but Nick Marchand, obviously, with his game face on. As the bell sounds, both these guys better have their game faces on in front of this ruckus crowd of Johnson Rec Center. But Papi clearly in no rush to ruin that beautiful face.
He's got the moves like Jagger.
Those hips don't lie, Bobby.
No, they don't. Marchand is also somewhat of a cerebral competitor, if you will. He's really quick to get under somebody else's skin. He's got some pretty thick skin himself. You know, rattle his cage, you gotta bring more than just a couple dance moves to the table.
He's bringing the cake to the table and maybe looking to eat it too.
Papi, ever so elusive, really poking the bear here. Like, here's the thing, like, Marchand is all smiles. He's really turned over a new leaf. I think he's got a better attitude nowadays. But this isn't somebody that you want to play with. You know, this is someone who has been competing in the RWA for the better part of 10 years. But he's grown up here practically.
But Pretty Papi isn't somebody that Marchand wants to take lightly. I mean, even for being so young in his career, he started training at the Nightmare Factory under Cody Rhodes and QT Marshall. So he is very well acclimated. He knows what he's doing in between those ropes, and Marchand has to be careful or his dreams could certainly become a nightmare.
Big swing and a miss by Papi, and Marchand capitalizes square across the jowls.
I mean, Pretty Papi was talking that smack. He certainly isn't anymore after another forearm right to that chiseled jaw. And now one to the chest. I'll always say, if you can take away the breathing, that's going to make your night a whole lot easier.
If you can't breathe, you can't fight. Look at that, up and over, beautiful vertical, followed up by a textbook hip toss. Two for good measure.
Sending Papi flying is the deceptively athletic Nick Marchand. Definitely has one of those wider builds, but can get it all up there, especially for that drop kick.
Very deceiving. When you look at the build of the guy, you think he's a little bit more staunch and set to the ground, but he can and does take to the air.
Oh, look at this. A little freeze frame between the former tag team champions.
Papi ain't feeling it.
Those are faces that more than their mothers can love. The people here in Johnston love them, some Stephen Lust and Nick Marchand.
Looks like we might have ourselves an impromptu encounter outside the ring. That would risk a disqualification. I hope Stephen Lust has got, a stronger head in his shoulders.
Well, I mean, maybe Lust shouldn't have put his hands on Papi's mirror, and now they're going to pay for it as Nick Marchand went hard into that post and into the apron back first.
Oh, man, so yeah, that's the thing. You got somebody at ringside with you. They might have the best of intentions, but that, my friend, is often paving the road to hell. And Pretty Papi here taking full advantage of this situation.
You know, I talked about Pretty Papi's training acumen, but he has since moved on to start training at the Test of Strength Dojo with Slick Wagner Brown. You know who else trains at the Test of Strength Dojo? The current tag team champions in the King's Guard. So I wonder how much preparation was done in the dojo for Pretty Papi to prepare for Nick Marchand. Maybe they gave him a few pointers on how to deal with this force.
Very, very keen observation, Zach. And I'll tell you, the one thing I asked myself about Pretty Papi is, good-looking fella, can he actually go? Can he scrap? And it looks as if he can.
He's doing good. His gear's looking good. But it's not looking good to get the 3 count just yet, a little early, but he's going into the cover again. This time, gets a 2 count, getting ever closer to victory. Third time, maybe the charm, not enough to get the 3.
You know, you go for the double leg hook. Maybe you could have gotten the job done there. Pretty Papi wasting energy, in my opinion. And Nick Marchand, he seems to be in a bit of a jam, but I'll be honest, I've seen him in bigger pickles in the past.
Well, you talk about energy. All Pretty Papi was doing there was making sure that he was making Marchand exert energy, and now he's using the energy that he has reserved to go 1, 2,
tres amigos, maybe. Oh, no,
kiss
we got
that
a little bit of
backside.
Hey! And Marchand with a beautiful counter and reversal. It might have been all the jam he had in his donut at the moment, but it was certainly effective which one of these two is going to raise up to their feet first.
Papi wanted to bring that Latino heat, you know, being the first half Peruvian, half Guatemalan pro wrestler. But Nick Marchand had it scouted. But look at this, Papi, the first one back to his feet.
He wasted a lot of time jawing off with the former RWA Tag Team Champion. Marchand seems to have his wits about him. He is back in the saddle again, Daddy.
And now taking a page out of his partner's book. Oh, yeah, indeed. Oh no, I should say.
Big swing and a miss. Marchand, he knows what time it is, where exactly he needs to be, and he is not losing focus. Big wash across the face of Pretty Papi.
That's one way to wash your face, but it's not enough to put him away.
2.5 count so far. Can Marchand walk away with a victory? Can he lead off to his gig in Connecticut with a clear mind, to which he's going to have to do, and it's just a couple of hours.
Well, Pretty Papi would love to go home to Connecticut with the winner's purse, and now he's got Marchand up for a little Guatemalan drop. 2, but Marchand's still in it. Not time to leave yet.
2 3/4 says TJ Richter, and that is a keen eye right there. You're talking about a former competitor in our official TJ Richter. Pretty Papi seems to be wearing down Marchand.
He absolutely is. He had a game plan tonight. Again, I talked about it. Maybe there was a sound strategy, a blueprint made to counter Marchand. Looking to execute the wheelbarrow, flings him off the ropes into a drop-in. Innovation at its finest by Nick Marchand into the Shining Wizard.
Cover applied. Will it be enough? Yes, it is. What seemed to be a bit of a miscommunication between Stephen Lust and his tag team partner in singles